Hey, what's up? It's your boy Stephen McCoy, and you are listening and watching Sessions with Stephen. And today we have the stars from Amazon Prime series With Love, as I love to say it like that. Miss Isis King and Mr. Todd Grinnell. Hey,
Hi.
Hi,
how
Stephen.
are
Thanks for
you?
having us.
You guys look amazing.
Thank you, you too. I
Good.
love that blue background, the
Oh,
pictures in the
thank you.
background.
A little painting.
I usually have a better setup, but I didn't feel like pulling out all those lights. I was like, let me find the best light in here and just let's
You
go.
know, the lighting and everything is working for you, okay?
Thank you.
I love it. Now we're here to obviously to speak about with love. So I'm excited for you guys to talk about your characters. I was able to watch the show and I did fall in love with it. What I will like to say before you get into your characters, I was watching the show and I was just like, it was so much diversity that I just was like, I mean, is it bad that we haven't seen much of this as much? Like there are some diverse shows out there. We're give it that, but I mean, just even you have Black, Indian, you have trans. So we have all of that in one big suit. Is it bad that we haven't seen enough of this?
I do think it is bad, but I think because of that, it's so important, especially we have a show who was created by a Latin woman of color who is so proud of her heritage. And I think when you have someone like that at the a foundation of a project like this and who really wants the diversity and believe in it, I think we really have to uplift and celebrate these type of shows when they happen. I feel like that's the thing. Sometimes people are either really shocked or so excited by it. And it's like, this nice to be excited, but make sure you guys like elevate it because a lot of times people say they want to see something like this and then they don't support it. So
Right.
I love it. We love it. And hopefully we get to continue to tell the stories and hopefully people learn so much from these characters, right? Because these characters can be real people. I know people, I'm so similar to my characters. So it's like, allow us to shine too and also celebrate us and all of our diversity.
I love that. Todd, talk to us about your character on the show.
Well, I play Dr. Miles, who is a plastic surgeon and has not been out on the market for a long time. He's got a child, and I mean, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but he's got eyes for soul. But he's kind of like, I don't think he's really been dating or anything since maybe college or something like, or med school or something. So it's a little, both of them are dipping their toe in the water, but we get to see the beginning of this really beautiful love story between the two of them, which is so fun to shoot.
Todd, with ISIS and ISIS background and being a trans person, were you have you ever even been around trans people? Have were you nervous about getting into this role? And it's a question that I was nervous to ask, but I feel like this is something that people definitely want to know.
I feel like you're the first person to actually ask this question. And I don't know if
Yeah.
me and Todd have ever talked about it, but
No.
I feel like that's a question that I would think to ask too. But I don't think no one has asked us in any of the interviews.
Yeah, nobody has asked me that. That's so interesting. As you were talking, I was like, I don't know. I, yes, I mean, I'm aware of ISIS's journey. I didn't really think anything of it, to be honest. Not that I didn't think about your journey. Like I think what you have lived in your life is amazing. Like I know your story. Like we've talked a lot. You've told me about your life, and I mean, it's the things that you've gone through and the struggles that you've gone through and the things that you've achieved. It's like miraculous to me. I mean, that is like, as a white dude, a straight white dude, I have not had to have those struggles, and so that in itself is, privilege. Like we talk about your history and I'm like, I've had it very easy, you know. But in terms of us celebrating this love story, like, I don't know, I came into it, and I hope that this is something that, you know, other guys who look like me can think about when they watch this show and see this show, you know, if they tune in because they can somehow relate to me, is that, like, I looked at these two people, these two characters, as just two people who fell in love, you know, like everything else doesn't really matter. They're like, it's about, love is about your souls meeting, you know what I mean? And that's what it was for me and for Miles. And, you know, like, we just got on so well, and like immediately had chemistry. I was just like, this is going to be the easiest romantic
We
story
really
to
like
tell.
had so much fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Yes,
When's season
please,
2?
please, because it's just ridiculous how y'all just want to leave us off on this note. Well, we need a season 2 for sure. So, and Isis, I want to know, are you ever nervous going on to the set? I mean, you come from the world of modeling, which is a very cold world. It can be, you know, and when you have to work with so many different talents and different actors, and you know, everyone has their own beliefs and things like that, and people are very cruel. You know, I've been around it, and it's I just wonder what goes on in your mind when you're casted, and then you're looking at, you know, who your co-stars are going to be, and you know, you don't know if your heroes are people that you looked up to for so long. You don't know how they're going to react to you, you know. So what goes through your mind, and were you afraid when going on to the set?
It's so interesting because I feel like you are asking us questions from a perspective that I would think about, but I feel like I don't feel like people have really asked us these questions. So I really appreciate your question. I was so nervous. You know, I have been acting since 2009, but of course, like, so many of my cast members are people who I watched. Like, literally watched so many of their shows. So I think always coming to the space from a place of gratitude and humbleness, no matter like what my background is, has always kept me kind of like that feeling like, oh, I hope they like me. I hope everybody's nice, because I have worked with like so many interesting types of people. So I'm like, I hope everybody's nice. You know, I hope they like me. I hope they respect me. And the first day, where it was before Todd started, but the first day, all the family, we were in the church, and like we had this scene, the opening scene, and I was just so nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know her from this, I know her from that. And everybody was just so sweet. And really quickly, I think the whole cast, we're led by an amazing leader, Gloria, who's the show creator, and she plays Aunt Gladys in the show, who to me is like the funniest person. She's the show creator and a showrunner. And I think having her wear so many hats and be someone with the type of personality she has really allowed for everything to fall into place and for everyone to feel comfortable. And she's so good with affirmations, and especially for me, like, we've had so many talks, and she's like, you belong here. Like, you belong, like, you're special. Like, so many affirmations from the very top. I think really, it's kind of like a parent when you have bullies or whatever, and then you have your parent like, no, like, listen, I got you, you're good. And having that from the very beginning, and not just the beginning, but throughout every single phase, has really been affirming for me. And you know, I'm just so grateful for that, because there has been moments when I didn't really feel welcome. But yeah, I'm just so grateful. And I think the type of environment it was, and then also getting to work with Todd, and he's just so laid back, and I'm laid back, and we're just silly. Like, it just made going to work really fun. It's like literally the ideal environment that, if I can imagine in my head what it would be. Only difference is maybe like the beach. But other than that, we actually did shoot on the beach. But other than that, like, the types of people, the types of energy, the type of vibe, like, it's literally so many things that I would imagine in my head how I would want it to be. It is like that. So I'm just so grateful.
Are you guys aware of the change that you're a part of in this world? I mean, just with this show, I mean, of course, like I said, we've seen shows that deals with much diversity, but this show is really, really, it is some bowl of soup. Okay, it really is. It's some bowl of soup. Are you aware of the change that you're a part of?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're very aware of what's interesting is Gloria. I don't think I don't want to speak for her, but I've worked with her for years. You know, she writes from experience. She writes experience the experiences of people who are underrepresented or not represented at all on television, and so. But does that in a truthful, honest, fun way, without necessarily like a big agenda. We're just telling human stories, and so. But there is change from that. From that comes a lot of change. Representation on television and in media brings about a lot of change. So, we're aware that we're part of that machine, and I personally couldn't be more proud to be part of it. I think as we started out this conversation, this show, and I mean the fact that we're talking about this show being revolutionary is insane. Like this is how TV should have been since the dawn of television. We're there as an art form to represent the culture that we live in. And so I'm super proud to be a part of that. I'm super grateful that I get to do it with people like Isis and the rest of our cast, and with Gloria. I'm very grateful, very lucky to be part of this, and hopefully in years to come we'll see more of this.
Oh, most certainly. And I'm a little curious, how did this open up the discussion in your very own home? Has it become a conversation
for
in
her?
my home?
Yeah.
Or at both of our homes?
Yeah, you're Todd, but I'm pretty sure Isaac definitely has many conversations
Yes, for sure. I come from a really progressive family, and my mom's an environmental activist, and it was just kind of like, great, this is awesome. This is a beautiful love story. I mean, it really, for me personally, it has, working with Isis, telling this story, I've done more research on my own about, just the LGBTQ community in general, the trans community. I've learned a lot. And it's, to me, that's a gift of being an actor, like everything we do, we get to learn more and more about it. And so, I wouldn't say like I haven't really changed any of my views, because my views were already like arms open and with love, if I can make a pun. But I've learned a lot more, and which has been great. And like I said, I've learned more about like Isis's journey. Like I've learned more about people's personal journeys, and just gives me more of an appreciation. So that's been wonderful.
I absolutely love that. And Isis, you, most of us know you from Top Model.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I
hold on. When am I going to get asked questions about my modeling career? I mean, if you look at the September 2021 issue of Dad Bod Monthly, I'm in there, you guys. Come on. All right.
Well, maybe I'm curious to know, did she give you some tips on that, or did
Nah,
there are no tips that are going to help me.
Tip.
There will be no tips that help me in my modeling career. But ask the top model question, because I want to know. I'm always curious. Absolutely. I can never get enough info.
Yeah. Now, I mean, because you transitioned to being an actor, I'm not sure if you're going to ever revert back to any of your modeling, or are you going to juggle both? Because we are truly enjoying you as an actress. So
I still, I feel like did I just do something last week?
Yes,
I feel like I just,
you always post some amazing modeling photos, but
what did I
that
just do? Oh, like I still model, like I have a cover that just came out, but yeah, I still model. I still do a lot more like influential work on social media because that's the
yeah.
coin. That's the coin. But I still do it, but I always say acting challenges me, so that's why I love it so much. Um, so yeah, I just flew to New York last week and did, oh no. I did something for
Look,
for International Women's Day. For
that's
International Women's Day, I
exclusive.
just did something last week in New York for a company, but I'm like, did I sign an NDA? Anyway, so International Women's Day, I have something coming out. But yeah, I still, do it. I try to do it all. It's all connected.
We can most certainly see that. We see the dot connecting, we see the dot aligning. And I have to say, I've seen photos with you, EJ Keene, and with it,
EJ Johnson
yeah,
and
yeah.
Kayla Allen.
EJ Johnson, I'm sorry, EJ Johnson. And it just looked like it's such a fun crew. Like, a little, it just feels like such a fun crew. How all, for the whole cast, do you all actually uh, get along behind the scenes? Do you guys hang out? Do you guys do some Zoom calls or phone calls? And how do you guys continue to keep that chemistry and hopefully for season 2?
We have a full-on group text with all the cast members and Gloria there. The Gloria spearheads, and we're always in there with affirmations and like if somebody does something, they post it in there, and we kind of talk and communicate. And yeah, so that has been really nice to kind of just keep the bond going. Hopefully, we get a season 2, and I feel like we'll all be even closer. Yeah, really fun.
I low key was hoping that you were gonna spill some tea on season 2 or not, but
no, we're still waiting, but fingers crossed.
Yeah,
there's so much more to tell.
I know there are a lot of ideas for season 2. There are a lot of exciting, cool things that they've started thinking about cooking up. So, I mean, I can't give any spoilers, but
no, and we know whose ring that is. But we have to get a season 2, so everybody find out.
That's right. That's right.
You have to watch the show With Love on Amazon Prime. It's truly what I love most about it. You have grandparents who are going through relationships. You can see the changes of even forgiveness that comes into play, and infidelity, and even a woman maturing into just from being playful to being serious. And it just takes you through a journey with each of the characters. That's what I really love. Even Todd, with your daughter who's on the show and making that transition. And I love that because that's what's going on in the world. And it's a reflection of the world. Because some would say, yeah, this is a game changer, but it's more so, it's not exactly just art, but it is a reflection of what is going on today in the world. And we need to see it. So that's why I support this show. And I'm so happy I was able to have you 2 on sessions with Steven. It was a great session. And I really hope to have you guys back again on season 2. So
Anytime. Steven, thank you. This was amazing.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you so much. Hey, subscribe now.